freedom's the answer. What's the question? You're listening to Ernest Hancock.
Oh, yeah, they could just get you with your picture. Facial recognition comes to Facebook photo tags. Yep. Well, when the man gets that, they're just going to, we don't need your ID anymore. We just take a picture.
No, but they want to have it.
Yeah, see, it's part of the mindset on this stuff. It's part of them being able to do that kind of thing. What's that? Turn off your computer. You got 15 zillion tags open. I can never do anything on the internet because he's sucking up all the bandwidth all the time. What we're going to do is talk about this, but I want you to understand it's a psyop, and a lot of you guys are activists, and certainly the civil disobedience people in Keene, understand this all too well. They know who you are. A lot of times it's just whether you're going to, check off the boxes they got for you. We got a box. Check. Okay. Then we can talk. And, what battle do you want to fight? I just got a ticket here recently for checking my voicemail in the car. I was writing something down on my steering wheel on a pad of paper, and the light turned green. There was an officer behind me. I saw him. Well, I didn't take off right away. I finished writing the number. Like a couple seconds, 1, 2, okay. And then I go, and he was all mad. He gets up beside me, and he looks at it, and he gets behind me, and he pulls me over. I get a ticket. What was the ticket for? You crossed the line. Your tire hit the line, saying you obstructed traffic. Something. Because he can't. So he asked me, and he goes, do you know why I pulled you over? And I sit there and I waited the appropriate time. I'm just kind of, do I say it? And I go, because you can. No, I don't pull people over just because I can. And then he kind of caught himself. He's like, ooh, he got me, So I'm going, hey, man, let's just call it what it is. So he went through the process, got me going, and I got to go take the class thing. $200 to get out of me. I'll fall on the sword when it's time. Now, Thomas, they want to test this thing. They want to go through, hey, man, I'm outside of your, I claim I'm not in your club. Well, so he's kind of setting the precedent for that. Well, they don't like that. But they fall right into it. Well, of course, not guilty. Going on what? What is it? One, you didn't have a license for your moped, which it by law, we've gone through this before. It doesn't classify. It's 49 cc. You get all the expert testimony. It's classified under this law, blah, blah, blah. Does it get dismissed? We'll see. And we got you because your front headlight, you had it in flashing mode as opposed to just being on. And they go, oh, you can't do that. Because they can. Because they're poor.
And they're broke.
They need some money. So they got you on the side of the road. Thomas is sitting there, and he's not playing sufficiently. So they handcuff him, put him in the back of the car, take everything out of his wallet, out of his pockets, out of his backpack, and they spread his activism all over the hood. And they're going, and I know, did they have any Freedom's Phoenix cards in there?
There were some. There's also some Oath Keepers cards in there, too.
Oh, you're trying to give them one of them?
I attempted to.
They nope.
No, they don't want to take anything but what they want.
Okay. So they got your name so that they could give you a ticket, I guess.
Sure.
All right. So they hand you the ticket, and then do you have to sign it or what?
Well, I signed it accepted for value, UCC 1-308, and then I signed my full name, Thomas Mario Costanzo. And now we're going to be, I'm already plotting how I'm going to handle this. And it should be a lot of fun. I'm really, most time, you get a ticket and you're like, that sucks. But now I am looking at this as this is going to be a test case. I'm going to see how well this stuff really works.
It'll be fun.
It's going to be very interesting.
And we'll highlight it. We'll make sure everybody knows what's going on. Because in the end, what they're going to do whatever they want to do. And they'll kind of skirt, they'll make up stuff as it goes along. Because when you go to the court, not guilty, and we go to trial and everything, a lot of times, like Shelton had 5 tickets. Same kind of stuff. It was, you got this, you didn't have that, on and on and on. He's challenged just last week or so, and he goes in there and he's like, all right, we're challenging, go to trial. Good. And officers don't show up. So the prosecutor, they dismissed everything, but not with prejudice. We might file it again. Dang it, we had Shelton right here. We always want to get Shelton. He gets away with everything. Damn it. So they got Target, painted on our backs, man. They want to come play. So we always nice. We're just learning. We want to see, because the Patriot movement, I remember in the 90s, when I was a young man, there was a lot of different groups doing all this kind of stuff back then too, because the Universal Commercial Code, the UCC, it has in there that to keep it constitutional, I guess, to try and maintain that they get away with doing this kind of stuff, you have to be in voluntary contract with the state somehow. Well, there's a thing on my driver's license, you can't really see it because it's really small, but on the original application, I didn't have a license for just because I didn't need one. The early 90s, it expired and I didn't care, Then I had to rent an RV for a vacation. We were going, all right, fine, I go get my license. I had to get the license. So I went and got the license, and I signed it, rights reserved, Ernest Hancock. Well, what was happening is a lot of people were doing their driver's licenses in the early 90s, UCC code, blah, 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 which meant that even though I'm getting a license, I'm not opting in. I have this option in UCC code to opt out of any contract that I have with you, because when they went to traffic tickets used to be a criminal citation. Well, people go, all right, fine, I want a trial. I want a jury. I want this. I want that. So it was easier for them to make it a civil action. And the reason was because they go, preponderance of the evidence leans towards you being guilty, you're guilty. Well, you know what the preponderance of the evidence is? The cop wrote you a ticket. That was the preponderance of the evidence. So they go, yeah, you're guilty no matter what. So this is, kind of thing. I go, yeah, I'm just, because I can. It was so prevalent, and judges were going, okay, I know the law, boom, dismissed. Here in Arizona, mid-90s, man, anybody make that claim, they were just dismissing them. To the point that the Attorney General at the time, a guy named Grant Woods, a Republican, they did an opinion to the courts, and because they can. They just wrote this opinion saying, Department of Motor Vehicles, which was being run by Russell Pierce at the time, okay, see, it keeps getting deeper, that they would not accept any application for a driver's license if you cited this rights reserve thing. So you couldn't get the license. Up until then, you could. So every time you do something, especially if it works, they keep changing the rules. All right. This is what we learn. So Thomas and a lot of people, they're trying, I don't even know who it is, what it is. We're going to, this will be the case that we actually have some kind of documentation of how this goes, because I'm of the mind they're going to do whatever they want to do anyway, and we're going to learn something as we go through this. So aside from that, and we get to the case, we'll have plenty to talk about later, and we'll go through all the details of what it is that you're doing and so on. But go ahead and tell us what happened. How did your confrontation end?
Well, it was kind of interesting. He goes to me, well, because I was railing on these guys nicely, but I'm saying, you're a thief. You're stealing my time. I can never recover this. And I went into all this, and I was just really railing. And they said, well, then you should move. I said, where should I go? The sun? And so I'm going into this, I'm being nice, but I'm really being very direct with them. And I don't know if they really, and it was interesting. I don't know if I got to him or not. But then he goes, well, we're going to put you in the back of the car. Maybe they'll make you shut up. And then so they put me in the back of the car, and I started chanting. So I have this chant that I do that, I use my beads, and I don't have my beads, so I just chant this chant. Well, anyway, then they got out of the car and did their paperwork on the outside of the car.
You're just one of them, And we have fun with this stuff, and it's peaceful. We're just trying to be voluntarist. We're just hey man. I'm not cooperating. I mean, I'll be nice, and we'll go through the process, but we're going to go through the process, and you're going to be sharing in it. And it'll be into this kind of stuff we do and how we roll. We'll be right back.